going to tell you a story and get your reaction. Did you know I used to teach at certain...
Is it too long? Is it going to be a short story?
Now, are you interrupting me?
Yes.
Okay, I lost my train of thought. No, I'm just kidding. I am David Michael Boje. Who are you?
Grace Ann Rosile.
Okay, we're married, and we want to tell you some stories about our new book, Conversational Storytelling Inquiry. And we think it helps with all kinds of conversations, just relationship ones, and even tough conversations. So, how did we meet?
Why do you want to tell that story?
Oh, because I think it's important that they understand how I had to go and meet your horse and get approval before we could start dating. Maybe we'll start there in the barn.
That's your story.
Okay, well, Grace Ann had me come to Pennsylvania from Los Angeles to meet her horse, Nadian. And Nadian stuck his head out of the stall and he licked me all up and down. And I thought, well, I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. And you said?
I said that that's a good sign.
Okay.
That he likes you, and that also he doesn't do that. That was only the second time in his 33-year life that he did that.
All right. And then we proceeded to have this relationship between Pittsburgh, you in Pittsburgh, and me in Los Angeles. And it was before cell phones, and we ran up these $600 bills every month. And but we had these great conversations. Remember, we were using conversational storytelling right back then at the beginning of our relationship.
Well, we didn't call it that, but
No.
we just spent hours on the phone talking about experiences, things growing up, first dates, all kinds of things.
Yeah, this was so amazing because it combined conversation, storytelling, and inquiry together. And we were exploring each other's past and what we had in common and what was different. It was fantastic. I really loved it. So fast forward, and I had to learn to ride horses because you are an inventor of horse sense. Can you tell us about horse sense?
What I call horse sense at work is an embodied approach to understanding interpersonal relationships. And I learned it from working with horses, to be more attuned into my body and to their bodies, and to incorporate that in our ongoing explorations of new behaviors and developing our relationships.
Why is that? Do horses have conversations? Do we learn from horses?
When you learn to communicate with non-human species, it's not that they don't speak our language. Their language is different completely. And it's more oriented in body language. And so we learn to interpret that side of communication,
Okay.
the body language side, the nonverbal side, much better with a horse. One of the things in my workshops, actually using horses, one of the things that helps is that sometimes it's hard for people to pay attention and to keep their attention focused. But if you're standing next to a 1,000-pound horse,
Whoa.
that will get your attention.
It sure does.
And it will focus your attention. And so sometimes, in some ways, it's easier for me to teach people about observing and interpreting nonverbal communication.
We also have puppies, 2 dogs, and they like to play. So, and we listen to their conversations. So when we come back from a trip, they'll come, and they'll complain that we were gone.